Okay, so where the iPad 2, I think, also really excels is it now has a gyroscope. And gyroscope makes gaming much better because it's much more reactive to your movements of the iPad. So in my video version of this podcast, I show myself testing out Real Racing HD, which is this great racing app that I've had with the iPad 1. Now I'm launching it here, and I'm actually going to race just with one hand because I'm filming with the iPhone in the left hand. But the amazing thing is, with the first version of the iPad, it had a hard time staying on track because the responsiveness wasn't there. Like when you would turn the iPad, it was kind of sluggish in rounding corners and staying on track. I usually would crash, but here I'm just using the iPad with one hand, holding it, and it's much more responsive. And I think that's because of the gyroscope. The gyroscope just makes it much more precise. Because really what you had before was an accelerometer, which works on essentially movements up and down, figuring out how much the iPhone is moving. But the gyroscope is 3 axes. And so now if you put those two together, it's going to make the iPad, which is a big device, much more responsive. So if you look in this racing video that I've done, again, I'm doing this with one hand. I'm pretty good at staying on the track and going at full speed with one hand. And I really like this app. This is RealRacingHD, and it feels even more lifelike. I mean, it felt kind of like life before, but now I think with this gyroscope, the iPad 2 is just, a phenomenal gaming device. So here I crash.